Hey guys, what's good? Mike here. Thanks for tuning in to another video. In this video, I want to answer the question, what does a UX designer do? Now, obviously, over the last several years of me posting YouTube videos, I have answered this question at different times, but it's always good to get these type of videos back on the list for those of you that are new to my channel and that are confused on what goes on in UX design. What does a UX designer do? In short, a UX designer is the person that is responsible for the designs and interactions of a particular website or web app. Okay? In short, your job as a UX designer is to be responsible for the designs of a website or web app. That means you're working in a tool such as Sketch or Adobe XD, Photoshop, or Figma, just to name a few, one of those, and you're actually physically going in and designing the layout, the look and feel of a website or web app. And when I say you're responsible for the interactions and the flows of that app, that means you're responsible for all the different screens. So essentially, for example, if you look at a shopping cart website or web app, you land on the product, there's a picture of the product, you click on add to cart, that takes you to another page, and that is considered that's an interaction, right? Something happens. You click on credit card information or checkout, you go to the credit card page, and that's when you combine all of that's a flow. Okay, I just listed out 3 parts of a particular flow. Now, in a website or web app, you could have dozens, hundreds of different screens that you're in charge of keeping, responsible for. And it's your job to design all those different screens, okay? And you deliver those to a engineering group. They do all the wiring, they do all the coding and so forth, and put that product together. Now, I just kind of gave you the essentials of what a UX designer does. Like in any position, it could be a cashier at a local retail shop. Their main essential job is to help customers ring up their purchase, their items for purchase, right? In addition to that, though, they're helping, they're taking credit card transactions, they're taking cash transactions and so forth. In addition to that, they're doing a lot of other things as a cashier. They're doing customer service, they're smiling, they're greeting customers, they're sweeping up when the store is slow. The point here is this: as a UX designer, you do more than just what I explained the essentials are, but that's the essentials. A lot of people try to get into the weeds. We call it the long tail of like all the methods and things of what a UX designer does, and it screws up your head. And now you're like, I'm lost and I don't even want to get into this field. But at the root, at the essential of it all, your job is to design the look and feel and the screens of a website or web app. Now, in the process of all this, now let's talk about the UX side of it. The UX stands for user experience. Essentially, your intent is to design these screens in hopes to provide a great user experience for the user. In addition, your job is to understand the user's full intent and expectations when they go into a particular app. Okay, so that's called user-centered design. Okay, when you get at the root of what a user is intending to do or what their expectations are when they come into your website or web app, if you understand that, now you can design properly for the user expectations. Okay, how you do that is a long list of methods. Okay, and that's what I did not start with, all the methods. We can go on and talk for hours about the different methods and ways of finding out what the user intent is. In short, there's several different processes and things that you might work with when you're actually starting a project. One of which is called a kickoff. You're discussing the project with the project leader, a lot of times called the product manager. They will talk to you about the project and kind of tell you about what the intent is, who the user is, what we want to accomplish and so forth, right? By you asking questions and kind of just, in the fancy term is applying critical thinking, like just asking questions about certain things, you will get closer to understanding what type of screens and solutions you need to design. Okay? Another method would be speaking to the user, basically interviewing them, right? You could interview a person and say, tell us about, how you use this Bank of America app, and what are you going there for, right? For example, if you were designing an app for B of A, if you were you're in charge of redesigning their app, you would talk to other customers of B of A and ask them, what do you normally go into this app and what do you like to do throughout the week? Some will tell you, I go in to check my balances. Yesterday I deposited a check with my iPhone or my Android phone. I go in there to check my credit card balance and pay off bills and so forth, whatever. You're gonna have a long list of things. That's part of the UX designer's role as well, like interviewing, kind of speaking with them and so forth. Okay, not to get confused, and I don't want to go into a rabbit hole of a UX designer versus a UX researcher. That UX researcher is someone that primarily doesn't do the hands-on design work. A UX researcher will do the interviewing, will do all the upfront work and finding out what the user's intent is and what their expectations are, but they don't do the actual design work. Anyway, don't want to go on too long, but I just want to give you a glimpse of what a UX designer does, and hopefully this will get you down the road of understanding just the core essentials of what a UX designer does, and then you can learn more about the different methods and processes of finding more about the end user. If you want to learn more about UI UX design, you can visit that link right there. You can visit my site, ML UX Academy. This is where I teach. I provide online training videos for anyone that is looking to get into this field. Anyway, always, when you click on that link, you visit my site, feel free to ask me a question. Use the contact link on my page and I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. Hopefully this video was helpful and it gets you started in maybe getting excited and wanting to explore more about becoming a UX designer. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Talk soon. Peace.